What's up, folks, and welcome to the Doran Williams Show. And as one of the main corona vaccine spokesmen, I want to say I'm very proud of Kamala Harris. She quoted the Bible, and this is in the Bible. She says, "Love thy neighbor." And then she added, she said, "Love thy neighbor, take the vaccine." Thank you, Kamala Harris, because loving your neighbor is very important. Loving your neighbor is what keeps communities together. So when she says, "Love thy neighbor, take the vaccine," that is love. Because there's some nasty rumors going around about how the vaccine has killed all these people. That is unfounded BS. The vaccine has not killed anyone. What happens is when they take the vaccine, then allegedly there are certain reactions to the body that causes cardiac arrest and death. However, you cannot blame the vaccine because some people out there are unhealthy, some people out there are not living well, and so if they just happen to get a reaction to something, then you can't blame what you inject into your body on the reaction. It's the person. It's the person. Because look, if you take the wrong medicine, or if you, let's say you ingest the wrong toothpaste or something like that, and then you die, you can't blame, it's something in the body that causes this. It's not the vaccine, because hundreds of millions of people have taken it, but only about 15, 20,000 have the vaccine death been attributed to it. So that's a very small number. I mean, and also, when you love thy neighbor, people say, "Well, I wouldn't inject poison into my body to love thy neighbor." What are you talking about? People get in car accidents every day, right? So let's say your neighbor needed a ride somewhere. You wouldn't risk your life jumping to that car to help that neighbor? Exactly. I mean, the new vaccine laws are like wearing seatbelts. You put on your seatbelt every day. "Oh, you can't make me wear a seatbelt. It's against the Constitution." Like, come on, guys. These vaccines are perfectly safe. Just because a few people may have passed away, it does not mean that the vaccine is dangerous. They may have had a bad reaction. You have a bad reaction to food. You hear me? And also, and I hear this a lot. Well, if the vaccines really work, how come they're not approved by the FDA? Look, it takes about 5 to 7 years for any vaccine to be fully approved by the FDA, because it takes that much testing and retesting. So when you retest stuff, that takes a long time. We don't have time for all these tests. We don't have time for all this research. Research for what? We have enough technology out there. We don't need 5 years. Now, I know that every single vaccine ever, you had to have 5 to 10 years of research. But this is different. This is COVID, the worst disease in history. It has killed over 600,000 people. Now, the CDC came out and said that only 94% of the deaths were attributed to something else. But I don't believe the CDC. I believe that 600,000 people died of the same disease. Now, some people would argue, they'll say, well, there were the same amount of deaths in 2019 that there were in 2020. Wouldn't an additional 600,000 people have to have died in order for this to be true? No, because we had lockdowns. So the 600,000 people who would have died, they were locked down. But then while we were locked down, another 600,000 replaced those who would have died without the lockdowns. There you go. Come on, guys. Simple math. And last thing, like I said, love thy neighbor. Now, I know most of you, just like me, I mean, 90% of my neighbors, if you gave me $1,000,000 to give me their names. But again, this is serious. This is very serious, guys. No laughing matter. If it takes me to inject poison into my arm in order to show my love for my neighbor, who am I to turn that down? People want to talk about, well, if you have a healthy immune system, you'll be fine. What do you mean you'll be fine with a healthy immune system? You know, people say, well, if you have a good immune system, it can fight off most viruses. Yeah, okay. Try your healthy immune system versus a vaccine. A vaccine that has been tested for 6 whole months. They tested this vaccine for 6 whole months. How could it not work? Because look, your immune system kills off 99.99999% of any diseases out there. And if you're a healthy person, 100%. But look at this. A vaccine, they said, is about 80 to 90% effective. So what are you going to trust? You're going to trust your human body that only kills about 99.999% of the disease, or you're gonna trust a vaccine that has been tested that CNN and Fox News said that was completely healthy, and then it's about 80% effective. I mean, come on, guys, simple math. 99.999% or 80%. Simple math, guys. Again, 99.999% or 80%. Get on board, guys. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. Inject it into your body I don't care if you don't know who your neighbors are. Inject this for your neighbor. Take a chance. Don't be scared. It will be fine. Yes, about 20,000 deaths were attributed to it, but those people might have been unhealthy. Who knows? But if you feel you're healthy enough, if you feel that you're strong enough, do the right thing, guys. Take this vaccine. Do it for us all. Because without you taking that experimental vaccine, I don't know where this world would be. Look at all the COVID, because COVID started in October 2019. Look at all the massive death that happened from October 2019 to January 2020. Look at the massive COVID deaths that happened. I'm telling you guys, take this vaccine. It is the best for you. Your healthy immune system versus an experimental drug, there's no contest. The experimental drug that even the makers of the drug say, hey, we're not sure if it works yet, but go ahead and try it. That's the thing that's going to save humanity. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you very much. It's The Doran Williams Show. Check me out on YouTube at youtube.com. Type in The Doran Williams Show in the YouTube search, and also Facebook. Subscribe to my channel, people. Subscribe. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks for watching. I want to thank Michaela Jade Williams, my special guest, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Say bye, girl.
Peace out.